Hello, everyone. Y'all know what's first. Let's do a mic check. All right. Can you guys hear me on TikTok and on YouTube? I don't know if we have anybody on YouTube. I have not seen the chat be the chat over there yet, so we'll see. Yay. Awesome. We're going on TikTok. Rochelle Benelli, can you... Excuse me, that was gross. Can you double check for me on there? Are the tech problems fixed? Sort of, kind of ish. We're getting there. I'm working. Basically, what happened, Velocity Masters, you might even know, the Atmospheric X updated, and the template that I was using like just stopped working. So I'm back to my old overlay until I can get it fixed. So yeah, I'm until I can get it figured out and worked out, I'm gonna be using my old one again. But no worries at all. It's all good. Alrighty, guys. Yay! Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are good to go on both sides. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. We've got severe weather ongoing here. Not anything crazy right now. Wanted to go in here and really cover the flash flooding threat because we got lots of flash flood warnings out here. I don't know what's going on with our risk zone. Let's get this fixed real quick. Just one of those days where everything wants to break, and Radar Omega does not want to show the risk zone anymore. So hold on just a moment, because this is what we're gonna get today is software problems, or whatever you want to call this. It doesn't even want to load. Jeez Louise. Oh man, it's just one of those days, guys. SPC's not loading. Radar Omega's not loading. Come on. Bear with us, guys. This is part of the streaming livelihood here. Like, legitimately nothing wants to load right now, which is crazy. I'm glad we don't have any tornado warnings right now. So the day 2 will work, but the day 1 will not work. Interesting. Okay, so everybody else is having issues too. They're not fixing it. We've had this issue today. It's just kind of one of those days. It's technical issue Wednesday is what I'll call it at this point. The radar loads, but the risk zones do not work, and I need to go over risk zones. So once these load, there we maybe. We'll reclose it out and load it back in. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. That's what I was waiting for, was for that to load. While I get the other thing to load here in SBC updates. It's actually really annoying. Yeah, we're going to talk about the threats here. We do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. We've got one in Lynchburg, Virginia, and one in Wilkesboro, North Carolina here. Actually got the speedway here, too. It's a NASCAR speedway here. An old NASCAR speedway here. One inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds on both of these warnings. So we're really not quite yet at where the event's going to really get going yet. We've still got some time. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon. We've got a slight risk and a marginal risk across the East Coast today. We got a marginal risk up in Michigan. Our main event's not going to be until later on this evening here. We do have a level 3 enhanced risk up for portions of Nebraska and South Dakota. Once again, this area has just been derailed many days in a row here. It's been quite crazy in the plains the last couple of weeks. Come on, load. This is why I always like to get on stream early, so that way we can fix bugs if they don't work properly. I'll get to y'all's questions here in just a moment. SBC is just doing SBC things today. It's driving me crazy. Well, the day 3 updated. There we go. All right, we're back in business. Okay. As I was mentioning here a moment ago, we got a marginal risk and a slight risk up here into the high plains, up here into the Rockies. There it goes again. It's just not going to do its thing today. We've got another risk zone. It just disappeared again. Jeez Louise. Oh, was there a hearing earlier from NOAA? I did not see that court. Sirens for flash flooding would actually be really significant. I wonder, it's going to have to be a different sound, though, I would assume. It would have to be a different sound, but if they do sirens for flash flooding in like rural areas that need it, that would actually be really, really beneficial, and that might actually save some lives. That genuinely would. I actually agree with that. Yeah, if they bring that into existence, that would be awesome. Yeah, rivers. To be honest, yeah, a lot of the major rivers that flood would be beneficial, especially for campers out there that camp, and just in general, if you're in a rural area, that would be huge because people do camp, people do go out. It would eliminate, I think, a lot of the fatalities that we're seeing. So that would be good. Well, hopefully that comes to fruition. I'm actually glad that probably is some of the most exciting news I've seen today so far. Well, we're gonna have problems today with technology, so let me see if Vest 3 is loading in. Bear with me here, guys. Bear with me. Yeah, it's just being stinky today. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch over to our other software here, and we'll use this one for today. There we go. Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen the Radar Omega do that for day one, so we'll just use WSV3 here for a little bit. It's cool with me. All right, let's get back to what we were talking about here just a second ago. We've got some severe thunderstorm warnings out here in Virginia currently, some flash flood warnings as well. Here is our storms currently out right now. We've got multiple severe thunderstorm warnings for 60-mile-per-hour winds. I'll scoot that over there. As well as 1-inch hail with those. I've got a couple, I don't think there's any 70s. Yeah, I don't see any 70-mile-an-hour warnings. So we got some flash flood warnings. What we're really going to have to watch for is a flash flooding threat today. I know WSV3, not WSV3, WPC does have a moderate risk for flash flooding today across most of Virginia. So we're going to be watching out for that flooding threat very significantly. I wonder, do they have... They do have a WPC on here. Interesting. That is not what I wanted. I'm fixing just a couple things here, guys. Bear with me. All right, yeah, we're not going to use this right now. It's being wonky. But anyways, regardless of that, we do have a moderate risk and a slight risk today for flash flooding up into Virginia and as far as almost southern Pennsylvania. So we'll be watching out for storms that are training today. If you get a flash flood warnings, guys, especially after what's happened over the last couple of days, please listen. Please seek shelter. You guys should know that. Seek higher ground. If you get flash flood warnings, we've got our flash flood emergencies. I'd be more in terms of that. But these warnings that are out up here in the higher apps of portions of West Virginia, getting into eastern Kentucky here, these are all for... I believe we got rainfall rates about 1 to 2 inches an hour for most of these storms as of right now. So we'll be battling that. We got a tornado threat today in the plains. We've got a wind threat for winds up to 75 miles per hour today in the plains and the large hail threat over here. So these storms will initiate way later on this afternoon, more than likely toward the evening hours here. So I wish that Radar Omega would work because this is really annoying. But anyways, Yeah, you guys should be paying attention to flash flood warnings, especially in areas that have seen a lot of rain the last couple of days. Yeah, Radar Mega's just not loading the day one outlook, which is fine. We got a little pop-up severe thunderstorm warning here as well. This is just southwest of Columbia, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind. So most of these warnings that are out right now are for wind and for hail. We don't have anything tornadic as of right now, which is good. These storms are just moving so everly slowly. All right, here's what we're going to do. We'll go over to SPC. We'll talk about what we're going to be seeing for today. They just upgraded Friday's risk zone to a day 3 slight, as I expected. I just mentioned that in my video. Isn't that quite coincidental that happens? So we do now have a day 3 slight risk for Friday. We'll talk about that here in a second. We'll go to today's outlook here. This is the official outlook today from the Storm Prediction Center. As of now, this will actually update in about 25 minutes, so we'll see what they change with this. We do have an enhanced risk of severe weather here, that level 3 orange shaded color here for portions of South Dakota and northern Nebraska. That includes Valentine, Nebraska. We've got pretty much most of South Dakota here in that. Mitchell, Pierre, South Dakota, Huron, South Dakota as well. We've also got that slight risk. We got 3 slight risks today. One up into Montana, one up from North Dakota down into Nebraska and Kansas, and then another one along the east coast here for the threat for damaging winds up to 75 miles per hour in that hatched area. And then outside of that, everybody else will be seeing the winds up to 70 miles per hour. Have a good one, Velocity. Good to see you in here, bud, as always. Ashley, what is up? Good to see you. So tornado threat today, as of right now, is a 2% chance. So we don't really have a super high tornado risk today, but just because it's not high doesn't mean you can't see a strong tornado. We saw a PDS the other day in a 2% or almost a 9.2% tornado risk. So you can get strong tornadoes in areas. I don't think we're going to see any strong tornadoes today necessarily. But you never can rule anything out in the weather world. We'll talk about what everything looks like here in just a moment. Gets one more thing set up here. There we go. Will you see me for games today? Probably not, Ashley. We'll be on here all night, more than likely. That's typically what happens with these risk zones. So once again, 2% tornado risk, Bismarck, North Dakota down towards Valentine, Nebraska. Well, this is where our highlighted tornado corridor is at for this evening today. So we still can see, just like yesterday, we can see tornadoes in any type of risk zone. So we will have to watch for any storms that could become weak, brief tornadoes. I don't expect really too much of anything along the East Coast other than the damaging wind threat, but we'll see what SPC does here in about 20 minutes when they re-update this. This is my most concern for today. This area right in here, we are going to have what's going to be kind of a conditional risk for winds up to 75 miles per hour or greater than that. So that hatched region that includes North Dakota, South Dakota, and northern Nebraska. If you're in this circled area here, this is where you have the threat for winds up to 75 to maybe 90 miles per hour. So destructive wind warnings as PDS, severe thunderstorm warnings, will be something that we have to watch very closely here for today. We're also going to have not only the threat for wind, we're also going to have the threat for hatched hail. So hail could exceed 2 inches in diameter today for North and South Dakota there. So if you're in that hatched region, do be weather aware. That is what we will be watching for. Let me double check here. Oh, I got my coaches. One of my coaches in here. Let's go. Heck yeah. Oh, I love that. I got a high school coach in the chat. Let's freaking go. I just now saw that comment. Well, I appreciate you for hopping in. Heck yeah. I just now saw that. That's freaking awesome. Babe, I didn't even see that comment until you said something, so I appreciate you for letting me know that. Good to see my friends and family in stream, as always. I appreciate you guys for hopping in. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm obsessed with the weather. It's kind of a big thing. Anyways, regardless of that here, like I was saying here just a minute ago, marginal risk up into Michigan, we're gonna have to watch for today as well. Just lots of severe weather. And when we get these when we get these severe weather risks that are scattered like this, it typically gets a little bit chaotic. So I think the magic window for storms, like I said, we've already got severe weather ongoing here along the East Coast this afternoon. This is going to be our main risk to watch for tonight. So, and then a little bit of a chance for some wind and some hail up here into Michigan. So, I mildly like the weather. I would say that. I would say I'm a little bit, if we were to go off of like Taco Bell sauces, I would probably say I'm a Diablo sauce packet when it comes to weather nerdiness. Get that highest heat abundance flavor there. That really sounds absolutely insane that I said it that way, but regardless of that, I don't think it matters. So, anyways. Oh. Y'all are gonna think I'm crazy by the end of the day, I feel like. Thank you for choosing what's for dinner. Oh, I guess I can help somebody figure out what's for dinner tonight. We got that Taco Bell Riz there. Let's talk about tomorrow's risk zone. We will be covering tomorrow's severe weather risk as well. Once again, 2 different areas to watch. A huge marginal risk tomorrow that basically extends from northern Montana all the way down to New Mexico, where they don't need rainfall, and all the way up here into the plains. So we got a pretty big area tomorrow for severe weather with a level 1 risk in the dark green, a level 2 risk in the yellow here. There is a tornado risk that does extend from Des Moines, Iowa back into Nebraska for tomorrow. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. We've also got, once again, another severe weather risk zone from basically the Canada main line all the way down here into South Carolina and Georgia. So once again, 2 big days tomorrow, and I'm not going to be shocked to see this happen, but we'll probably get a level 3 enhanced risk probably somewhere in this area tomorrow. More than likely, it just seems to be that's been a trend here recently. So we'll see what happens. My most concerning day would probably be Friday, and the SPC just upgraded Friday to a slight risk, which is what I expected to see. Actually kind of shocked they didn't do it a little bit sooner, but we do have a huge marginal risk once again. The good news is if you're down here in central Texas where we've had a lot of that rainfall, you're not going to see much of anything. We've got a high pressure down here, so that'll be a good thing, keeping the rain out of there. But a huge marginal risk again from Texas all the way up into Minnesota, and then another marginal risk back here on the East Coast, and then a level 2 slight risk again back here into Wichita all the way up into Des Moines. So I do want to watch Friday very closely. I think Friday has pretty decent potential. I also wouldn't be shocked to see that slight risk kind of get extended out a little bit further more, maybe towards Illinois. Just kind of giving y'all my thoughts as we typically do with this here, but we'll be watching all 3 days very significantly close. And then we've got to kind of talk about, going into the weekend, some weird things may happen here. There will be synoptically strong severe thunderstorms possible. Actually, I'm going to read this because this is really weird wording from the Storm Prediction Center. So this is for Saturday through next Tuesday. I want you guys to listen to this here for just a minute. So the overall large-scale pattern looks to remain characterized by a mid to upper-level ridging across the western United States with a zonal to broadly cyclonic flow across the northern tier of the U.S. through the forecast period. At the same time, rich, moist, low-level moisture looks to remain entrenched across much of the eastern U.S., sustained in part by broad southerly flow, a bit with some fluctuations in raw values. All right. Global models continue to be bullish on a seasonally strong cold front pushing through much of the central U.S. central U.S. late into the forecast period, ushering in a cooler, drier air mass. So the wording with this is weird. A lot of dynamic word picking with this setup. Strong to locally severe thunderstorms will be possible somewhere. All right, we're going to talk about this because I think this is the most broadest I've seen SPC mention in their wording right here. Listen to this one more time, guys. Strong to locally severe thunderstorms will be possible somewhere across the eastern United States every day for much of the forecast period. So just somewhere. They know there's going to be severe weather every single day for the rest of the week. Just it's somewhere, but we don't know where it's going to be yet. I think that's the first time I've seen SPC mention the word somewhere. Yeah, it seems like we're very unconfident, which makes sense why there's not a risk zone for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that because that's actually hilarious. We don't know where it's at, but it's somewhere. Jesus. I really would love to know who made this Outlook. Oh, that was Marsh that made the Outlook. I don't know who that is. This guy must be new. I'm going to guess that this guy that works for SPC is new because I don't think I've ever seen or at least paid attention to this person before. But yeah, out of my 8 years of looking at the Storm Prediction Center and doing this, I think that's the first time I've seen possible somewhere across the eastern Canucks every day of the forecast period. However, with synoptic scale forcing dynamics primarily constrained to Canada, most thunderstorms will be determined by subsynoptic mesoscale details, yada, 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 yada. This confidence is too low for any probability. So we'll talk about what all that looks like here in just a minute. That's just a lot of words there. Yeah, you're not wrong, Court. Like, legitimately, Cliff Note version, but large words and blanket statements. Absolutely. I am 100% in agreement on that. I think that's just wild wording from SPC itself here. However, some scenarios of interest to monitor include the Southern Great Plains, all of the Southern Great Plains, doesn't specifically say where, on Saturday and Sunday as a moist, weakly capped environment will exist in proximity to an increasing diffuse surface boundary. Other areas include the East Coast most afternoons along the and ahead of seasonally strong cold front pushing. This is just so weird. I'm just So we're talking about some scenarios of severe weather in the plains on Saturday and Sunday, and then the chance for afternoon thunderstorms every single day along the East Coast in most afternoons. For each of the areas of interest, scenarios of interest above, that's a lot of some weird wording. For each of the areas of interest / scenarios of interest above, weak effective lake. I'm losing my mind today. Weak effective layer shear stemming from. What is this? What are the wordings that we're using? What is the stemming word? Layer shear stemming from generally weak tropospheric flow will be limiting factor for more organized severe potential and confidence to introduce unconditional probabilities. I just, what in the world is this outlook today? This is going to update tomorrow, and I hope it does, but I hope the wording changes. There's a lot of wording here, and if this is nothing to you guys in chat, because a lot of y'all may not comprehend some of this stuff, it's just a lot. It's confusing to me, so we'll get a better look at this tomorrow. Regardless of that, the day one outlook update is going to update here in a minute. We'll talk about what that looks like. Has SPC updated? Have we gotten anything with this? All right, we're going to go back to SPC since it updated, because I like it a little bit, or not SPC, Radar Omega. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. This is what happens when Mesomat does weather coverage and takes a vacation 5 days before. Oh my goodness. I'm losing it, guys. Oh, man. All right, let's hop back over here to the East Coast, where we do have storms ongoing right now. We don't have storms quite yet up in the plains. We'll wait for SPC to do its thing with that. Once they do that update, we'll go from there. That would actually be really nice, Nikki, but yeah. That SPC wording did break my mind a little bit. So nice.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
Well, there's our watch for South Dakota. So we will get storms up there soon. Light green is going to be general thunderstorm, so nothing severe related. Sometimes you can get an isolated severe storm, but...
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
Depends. So that watch is going to be for South Dakota. We'll get to that here in just a second once that pops up.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
Oh, the watch is pretty cool looking too. Hold on, not pretty cool looking, but it's already up here, which is good. All right, we'll let this load in real quick. Let this blank watch box load in. Why is it outlined like this? Usually it's like a darker blue. Yeah, usually this is like a darker blue. All right, regardless of that, here's our severe thunderstorm watch. This extends from Bismarck, North Dakota, all the way down to Nebraska here. This is valid till 10 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. We have the threats for scattered damaging winds of 80 miles per hour are likely, scattered large hail, and possibly hail events of 2 inches in diameter possible, and a tornado or 2 is possible. So I'm probably going to see if we're going to get that tornado risk to extend a little bit.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
That'll be interesting if they extend our tornado risk a little bit further to the south. They're expanded at least a little bit. Oh, there we go. They fixed it. I was like, why is it looking like that for a minute? Okay. So if you guys are in this watch here, we got Chadron, we've got Valentine, Nebraska, Rapid City, South Dakota. Pretty much all the same areas that have been seeing severe weather for like 3 weeks straight. Once again, here we go. Moderate wind threat, moderate hail threat, low end tornado risk. I do think a couple tornadoes will be possible, though, if we get some outflow boundaries going here. And if we look at our latest her model run here, the models have kind of been struggling just a little bit here, but we do look to have initial storms getting going here soon. A couple of these could produce a tornado or two, but it's not super impressive on the radar simulation today. But then again, too, we could get some overperformers out there, so we'll be watching for any outflow boundaries that get going. Tomorrow looks spicy, too. Tomorrow and Friday look a little spicy. We'll look at more into that here in a little bit. Let's take a look at our instability values, because I know we're gonna have extreme instability, and yeah, we do. We got lots of instability out there right now. Jeez. These are definitely wind and hail profiles, though, so not really looking at too much of a tornado risk today. Just kind of looking through here. What's up, 605? Good to see you in here, bud. You know, actually, these tornado parameters have increased a little bit this afternoon. It's going to be more, the higher quarter chance is going to be down here towards the Nebraska, South Dakota line, I think, personally, is what we're going to have to watch. But if we get anything that initiates in this area here, we actually could see a couple tornadoes. I think it's definitely going to be possible, given the higher parameters that we're going to see here. I'll look at the low-level jet here in just a minute on this. It's all based off of outflow boundaries, so... All right, let's look at our low-level jet and see what we're looking at here. Yeah, so you get these little blobs, these darker blobs that are popping up. Those are outflow boundaries, typically, most of the time. And those can help enhance, like we saw yesterday with the 80-mile-an-hour destructive wind warnings that were in Oklahoma last night. Those can help enhance the low-level spin, and therefore we can get some interesting things to happen. Hold on, guys. Connor is calling us, so hold on. We're on stream, so don't say nothing crazy.
So Geek Squad called me after having my computer for like 9 days.
Yes.
They kept having to call me and be like, "We're sorry, we need more time." And I kept telling them, "Good, take as much time as you need. I don't give it back to me if it's still broken, like you did the last time."
Right.
I was like, "You can keep it." I was like, "You can keep it for a month if that's what it takes." So the guy goes, "We tried everything." He goes, "We looked at the motherboard, the GPU, the power supply, blah blah blah." And he goes, "Honestly, we were like out of ideas." And finally, he's like, one of the guys was like, "Let's just like get rid of the BIOS and completely reinstall it or re-upload it." You know what the BIOS is?
I think so, yes.
So BIOS is software that's even deeper than your operating system.
Oh, so it's like hidden. Okay.
Runs everything. The BIOS basically is what your operating system is your operating system is software, and that software runs on another software which is BIOS. So it's like the deepest level of software.
Right.
And it's like firmware that's like embedded in your motherboard, but you can still fix it because it's software. It's not an actual hardware issue. So, but it's complicated. So they completely removed my BIOS and re-uploaded it, and they said they've had 0 issues and crashes within 24 hours.
Heck
so
yeah.
Pretty much 99% sure that's what it was.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and the guy's like, "I don't know if we've ever run into this issue." He goes, "It was literally a Hail Mary. We were just like, whatever, let's try it."
Wow.
I'm like, how does that even happen? Dude, I don't know what sites I've been going on. Oh, wait, you're on stream. Sorry. Anyway.
Y'all chat heard that. 150 people just heard that.
I would never go on those sites not on an Apple product. Okay?
Not a good thing there.
I'm smart.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get my computer back tomorrow and
Okay.
get back into the swing of things. Maybe,
Yeah.
A new
that'd be
severe
nice, right? I know you
thunderstorm
haven't
watch
been able
has
to
been
do
issued.
anything.
Look at a sounding or something. Who knows?
Yeah, guys, this is Connor. This is Connor on the phone.
Yeah.
For all of y'all that have been wondering where Connor has been over the last span of a week and a half to 2 weeks, his computer's been broken.
Yes. I'm not broken. Just my computer.
Maybe slightly. No, I'm just kidding.
As fun as it would have been to run everything off of my phone, I decided to just step away from weather until I got my stuff back.
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. We got enhanced today with hurricane force winds, so that's what we're doing.
Is it? Are we talking Dakotas?
Nebraska, South
Okay,
Dakota, yeah, yeah,
okay.
and then the East
Because
Coast also has
I
one.
saw a little bit of an uptrend through the Virginia area, parts of the Mid-Atlantic, possibly today. I know excessive rainfall,
Yep.
but all our hatched area up there, the Dakotas. You know, it was interesting. I was looking at um, CSU. They had almost going moderate in the Mid-Atlantic today.
I
Kind
saw
of
that
weird.
too. Yeah, it was for the wind threat. They never even upgraded it to an enhancer. So right now it's not doing the
I
greatest, but
know.
it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know what CSU was seeing there, but it's looking kind of wimpy. But still, though, that's
I
good
don't know if
radio.
you saw it last night, but we had 3 80-mile-an-hour destructive wind warnings in southern Oklahoma last night in a marginal risk
Wow.
off the outflow boundaries. So they were back and forth clashing.
Wow. It's impressive.
Yeah, it was impressive for sure.
Well,
Yeah, keep me updated on your thing here. Maybe we can get that flipping overlay fixed, dude. I worked on it for
I
2 hours
will.
and it's frustrating.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna get my computer back. I'll work on it on my end and I'll let you know. We'll
Yep.
find it fixed.
Sounds good, bud.
And we should do a celebratory dual stream for my first stream back.
I'm absolutely down. Let's do it.
Okay.
I am so down.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
We'll make it happen.
Bet.
See ya.
That's Connor, guys. If any of y'all who follow Connor's Climate Corner on TikTok and on YouTube, he has been MIA for the last 2 weeks because his computer broke. So poor dude's had like a tropical storm happen, what happened in Texas, all this weather to cover, and he's not been able to cover it because he's not had a computer to cover. So he hopefully will get his stuff back tomorrow. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for that. Guys, if we even had like a high risk or something happen while he was on here, I would have felt so bad for him because he loves covering that stuff and he's got a lot of people that watch him. He's got almost double my following, so. All right, let's get back into this here. We got a lot going on. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that just got issued up here into South Dakota here. We got our first little pop-up storms coming through. Once again, we're kind of just talking about the low-level jet here for tonight and for tomorrow. Definitely going to be looking at the threat for some tornadoes today and tomorrow, so we'll keep you guys updated on that and kind of how that plays out here. I believe this is our newest 19Z that's coming in right now. Let me see here. Excuse me. All right, we'll let that run in. What is this? Why are we showing a satellite imagery on a mesoscale discussion? This is weird. SPC is just doing some wonky things today. Okay, so they're going... Okay, so it says a leading convective band emanating off the Blue Ridge Mountains is becoming established from northern VA into northwest North Carolina. Okay, so they're showing the rapid cloud top cooling. Interesting. So we're going to watch the damaging wind threat increase here in the next little bit across eastern Virginia and North Carolina. So that's what that was for. I wonder if they still upgrade to an enhanced risk on the East Coast in a few minutes, because we're going to get the day one outlook update in just a minute. We also got a new mesoscale discussion for watch possible back over here into Montana. So lots of severe weather happening today, guys. Lots of weird things happening with our weather. Weird things. East Tennessee, you guys are in a marginal risk today for wind. Yeah, we're definitely looking at a win. This risk zone's gonna update here in just a moment. So once this updates, I'll let you guys know. SCC's been weird all day. There was a message discussion that I could access for about 30. That sounds about right. Yeah. There's lots of reasons for that, but we won't discuss those today. So we're going to wait on this to update here for just a moment, and then we'll go from there. I really wonder if they go enhanced on the East Coast too, but we'll see. Did they ever go enhanced with CSU earlier? I didn't see this either. That never updated. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's go SPC. Once again, guys, if you are on TikTok, make sure you guys are subbed to me over on YouTube as well. It's free to subscribe. We're also really trying to rack up our members. If you want to become a member on YouTube, it's $3 a month at minimum. We will be getting exclusive access to membership-only videos, including longer depth and discussion videos, all that stuff, etc. Shout-outs, all that stuff. So if you are wanting to kind of like a subscription on TikTok, become a member, I'm trying to get everybody to switch over to the YouTube subscription because it's a little bit better and you get more for your buck, and it's definitely worth it. So if you were interested in supporting, definitely do that. If you guys are interested in modding for my streams, we are looking for mods that can help be in stream a lot. I need help with modding badly. We've lost a lot of our moderators just due to busy schedules and stuff like that. If you are interested in modding, send me a message and I will give you guys the link to go apply to the team. So I'm going to wait for this to update here in just a second. We'll go from there. Oh, you're fine, Tough. You are good, bud. I appreciate you. 100%, dude. Appreciate the love and the support you give. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I always get so sleepy when I get on stream. Well, when SBC decides to update, be super nice. Take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning here. Got 60-mile-per-hour winds and a 1-inch hail. This is just to the west of Bison, South Dakota. We are starting to see that squall line sort of kind of come together. We should start to see more of a robust damaging wind threat here pretty soon. That's going to extend from like Baltimore, Washington, D.C. down to Richmond. Yeah, SPC does take its sweet time. It's typical for them too. It's not uncommon to see that. Not uncommon. All right, here we go. It didn't change much at all. Yeah, it did not change much at all. So once this officially loads in, we'll take a look. Good to see you in here, Big Mike. As always, I appreciate the love and the support, bud. 100%. Sorry, guys, it took me forever to get a video out. We were having technical difficulties literally all day today. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I don't think this is the updated version. Not yet. Yeah, this is not the updated version yet. Not quite. What's up, Emily? What's up, guys? Central Kansas will have a threat for severe weather today. Yes, most of Kansas is under the gun for a marginal risk of severe weather for wind and for hail. Okay, so yeah, everything stayed the same. Yep, nothing changed. Nothing changed at all, so we'll keep things at where they're at. All right, let's get back here to the radar. Any 20th threats today for New Jersey tonight? No. As of right now, it's less than 2%. So, I am starting to watch these storms getting ready to come through here in the Louisa area, here just northwest of Richmond. Are these storms going to weaken the later it gets? Not until later on. We're just kind of in this peak time frame here of these severe storms. We are kind of struggling a little bit. Let's take a look at what our environment's giving us right now. Let me switch over here for just a second. Let's get to mesoscale real quick. Yeah, so we have lots of instability with these storms. It just might be a little bit of a lack in shear. Could be a little bit of a problem too when we look at the effective wind shear. Yeah, so a lot of our severe storms are to the south of where our big time wind shear is at right now, which could be limiting the overall like initiation of these storms becoming severe. We do have severe storms out there, but not anything at 60 or higher yet. Yeah, the photographs are very favorable for damaging winds today, though. So a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have golf ball size hail on this storm in Martinsville, Virginia here. We can actually take a look at this here on a camera in just a moment. Let me get some cameras pulled up here. We can have an eyes to the sky and see what it's doing. Yeah, so when you don't have shear, Benjamin, like for the storms in Michigan, we don't have shear really over top of storms to move them. They're gonna kind of be all over the place. That's just a lack of wind shear in the atmosphere. That helps organize things. When you don't have that, you're gonna have storms that don't move. Yep, not a problem. That's fine, tough. Yeah, I'm gonna look through all my messages afterwards, so that's my plan. See if we can get an eye on some of these storms. Let's go down. Where is that at? These cameras suck. I get golf ball size hail in Martinsville right now. That's what we're watching. That's near the Speedway as well. Thank you, Loretta, for the gifts. I appreciate it. Michelle, Tracy, and TX. Thank you, guys. Hold on. I'm going to go cut my AC down just a little bit because it's freezing in here. Sorry about that. I had to help Rochelle out with Hazel for a minute. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Oh, my Lanta. All right, let's see if we've got any updates on any watches. All right, no update on any watches. I think that... Ah, here we go again. With SPC being stupid. This gets so old, guys. Technology is just awful today. I feel like the enhanced wrist sort of kind of got bigger, but it didn't. Like, it looks like it did for, like, a split second. Like, SPC is just having the struggles today. What is up, Kim? Good to see you. Does anybody in chat feel like the enhanced wrist got, like, a slight bit bigger? I don't think it did, but it feels like it did for whatever reason. Yeah, it feels like it did. I don't know why. Whatever. I might just be blind and seeing things today. All right, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning and a general thunderstorm risk as expected. Florence, Alabama here under the gun for some 60-mile-per-hour winds with this storm. Got some sporadic lightning with that one. I feel like it did. I don't know why. They got a lot of storms ongoing here. There is an outflow boundary, a couple outflow boundaries that are at place here as well. So... Currently, right now, no tornado warnings. We're just watching the different severe thunderstorm warnings that are out there. See, that's what I thought too. I was like, wait a second. It looks a lot bigger. Hold on, let me look up something. Yeah, the enhancers look like it, the enhancers look like it got bigger, but they said in the wording that it never did. Kind of weird. You guys might hear Hazel in there. Okay. Downburst are insane. Yeah. Hold on one more sec, guys. Sorry, y'all. No, so when we were on our vacation in Ohio, Alyssa knows what I'm talking about. We went to a store called Jungle Gyms. It's like an international store. They have international food. And Rochelle got me these caffeinated chocolates. One piece of chocolate is equivalent to 1 cup of coffee. So whenever I feel sleepy, I'm going to take one of these. It's literally chocolate with caffeine in it. But I was just looking up on Amazon because I want to get more of these because they're good. They have them in like bulk of like 50. You can get like 50 for like $30 on Amazon. They have caramel ones. So I just ate one. It says not to exceed 2 in one day. I wonder what happens if you eat 3. So whenever I'm falling asleep in the chair on long coverage days, I'm going to take those. Will, I was looking at next week, and it does look interesting. Next week up in the high plains with the instability as well as the shear does look interesting. You're not seeing things, I promise. You're good. I am 100% seeing what you're seeing as well. It says not to exceed 3 or medical problems will happen. So we're not going to exceed 3, but we had 1, so. But yeah, it's caffeinated chocolate. So like on nights when we're doing like weather coverage, instead of drinking energy drink, this is what they're called. And they have them, I was just looking up on Amazon, they have like, you can get 50 for $30 because this bag only has 6 in here. So I'll have to get more, but. Yeah, it says on the back of the bag, like caution, like medical problems may be experienced if you eat more than 2. it's medical problems will happen. Like it has a big old warning label on it. But yeah, it's called Awake Chocolate. Like it's an international store, so.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Oh. Well, that's random. We have a tornado warning in Michigan. Oh, that's up here on the line. This is up here on the Canada line almost. So, tornado warning, guys, in a marginal risk zone. Not in a tornado risk zone, in a marginal. This is going to be for Huron County here, or Huron County in southeastern Michigan. So there's a little bit of rotation with this storm. It's not like super, super impressive. We're using the radar site out of Canada for this. I don't think I've ever used a radar site out of Canada. I wonder if we have cameras on this too. Let me double check on something. This is up near like Harbor Bay. Where is this at? Where is this at? It's up near the tippity tip of Michigan. We sadly don't have any cameras in this area, so we can't see what's going on. Well, that sucks. All right, guys. If you are in the Huron Beach area, please be seeking shelter. Is a tornado warning up here for this area. Quite random, but it is there. Okay. So once again, a tornado warning in effect here, guys. 36 minutes left on this warning. We got Ruth, Helena, White Rock, and Parisville, Ruth, and Pawluski in this warning. This will be moving offshore. So I'm moving eastward right now at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Okay. Got a couple more supercells over here as well, up here in northern Michigan, that we're going to have to watch. So that tornado warning's moving east. We'll continue to watch that one. We did get an upgrade to our severe thunderstorm warning over here. Pretty nasty looking supercell over here south of Buffalo, South Dakota. Got 2-inch diameter hail on this. I wonder if this is actually reaching the surface. Let's double check on this. See what we're looking at. Yeah, so we're right about 1.5 inches in diameter hail. About 1.5 inches. Could be close to 2-inch diameter hail there with that warning. Also kind of starting to see a little bit of some potential spin here. We'll see. Other than that, not anything too significant. Got a random severe thunderstorm warning down here in Louisiana. That's going to be just outside of the, or that is for Natchitoches. Lots of heavy rainfall ongoing down here as well. Texas and Louisiana, East Texas, Louisiana here. Got some Gulf moisture that's being moved up here. Lots and lots of rain ongoing. Just not a lot of movement with these storms, which I don't like. It's not a good thing. Got a lot of these storms getting ready to get closer to the Washington area, Fredericksburg. These storms are moving east-northeast about 45 to 50 miles per hour, so still pretty slow. Go back up to that tornado warning in Michigan. Yeah, it looks to be most of the rotation is just offshore here almost, along 25 between Forestville and Harbor Beach. If you're in this tornado warning, once again, Huron County, be in your safe place. Have a good one, Tuck. Thanks for hopping in, bud. Was this expected? I wouldn't say a tornado risk was expected up here in the Michigan area, but can happen. I got 31 minutes on this warning. Can't even get correlation coefficient on this because the radar site's in Canada. Which is weird. So we'll keep an eye on that. All right. Columbia, South Carolina, just outside of severe thunderstorm warning there. Got that line of storms moving eastward. So far, things are staying pretty calm today so far. Maybe a little bit of spin here just to the west of Ridgeway as well, here in Virginia. Oh, man. All right, we'll go back in here and check that warning in South Dakota. Fargo, North Dakota should be okay. I mean, you guys are in a marginal, just almost the outside of the marginal risk here. So be weather aware. Wind and hail will be your primary threats. You guys will have a better shot at seeing severe weather going into next week. All right, let's see if we got any model updates. What's up, Clint? Good to see you. And the supercell composite for tomorrow is kind of like off the charts for Iowa. It's weird. It's for Thursday. We got some really high numbers for Thursday. I mean, it's pretty potent for a tornado setup tomorrow too in western Iowa, eastern Nebraska. So I'm really concerned about what's going to happen tomorrow for that tornado threat there. So we'll be watching that then. Oh, I hate that Fortnite god. That sucks. Prayers and thoughts are with you for there. That's been horrific down there in Texas. I can't even look. I still can't even just imagine what people are going through down there. It's crazy. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Hazel's on one, guys. Hazel is on one today. Waynesboro, Virginia. Let me double check here. Let's see here. Hazel already got a nap. Yep, she already had one. Oh. All right, so we still got these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings for hail and wind. Couple cells firing off. Here goes SPC going away on the radar mega again. Still got that tornado warning up here in Michigan. Thank you guys for all the taps, by the way. I appreciate it. 13,000 likes. Let's go. Yeah, still got some rotation, but it's moving offshore, so that warning will expire here soon. We got so many flash flood warnings out. Lots of flooding ongoing. Nap time's the best time, honestly. Yeah, Virginia, you guys got some 60-mile-an-hour winds, some 70s out here, but right now, nothing too crazy. And these lines, the storms are going east here. There's the risk zone. It's back. Keeps doing that. It's weird. So, like I said, not a lot going on right now, which is good. What's up, No Drama? Good to see you coming in stream. See if we can get some cameras up from the DC area. What's up, Adam? Good to see you. Yeah, I just think things are having a little bit struggle of initiation, especially on the East Coast. The planes mode hasn't quite got going yet. So, 70-mile-an-hour winds, 2-inch hail in South Dakota now. Anything for OKC tonight? Shouldn't be anything for OKC now. Those are going to work. Darn. We can't get any good traffic cameras to work in this area, which sucks. Katie says the planes are like a toddler who missed their nap. I love that. That's funny. Very grumpy, very unpredictable. I can agree 100% on that as well. So once again, no severe thunderstorm warnings in, there goes SPC again, in anywhere on the East Coast here for over 60-mile-an-hour winds. So they're all right at 60. So that's some good news. We're just watching this line of storms trickle eastward. We are getting some pretty nasty hail up here into South Dakota, though. Nothing tornadic with these storms yet, but do have some hail out there. Is New York, Ohio okay? Yeah, Ohio's fine. You guys are good in Ohio today. What the heck, Katie? Jennifer. I actually have not seen it, Katie. I have not. Come here, that chunkers. Y'all can say hi to Jenny Purr. She's so fluffy. So you're the fluffies. Go sit right there. Go sit in your normal spot where you sit at. Oh. We love Jenny Purr. Christian, day's going well. We're just kind of waiting for things to get going here. Got a couple of warnings here in the plains. Other than that, general severe thunderstorm warnings on the East Coast. Nothing too crazy. So. See all the purrs. See all the purrs. The purrs, the purrs, the purrs. My concern for St. Louis on Friday? No, not too much. You guys should be mostly okay. If anything changes, I'll let you know, but I haven't seen anything that's like causing alarm or any of that. Still getting over the tornado warning in Michigan. Yeah, if anything changes, I'll let you know. It's got a staggered line of severe thunderstorm warnings from North Carolina all the way up to Virginia here. All of these are moving eastward, so these will probably be off the coast. Probably around 6 or 7 p.m. Central Time tonight. So get the next 3 to 4 hours to watch that slight risk. All of these are for 60-mile-per-hour winds. Haven't seen any of these quite yet produce 70. The NOAA defunding, Christian, honestly, just calling your reps, calling your representatives in your states and telling them how you feel about it. That's really the most thing that I know. They're not like taking money or anything in from people. Yeah, you can do that and leave an email or a voicemail, and hopefully they'll see it. So most people are doing. Would it put meteorologists out of work? The budget cuts could. I mean, it has already. I'm not too much of in the knowledge on that though. This is pretty boring so far today, guys. I'm not gonna lie, other than the wind and the hail threat out there. Yeah, I got you, Meg. I got you. Thank you guys for all the taps, by the way. I appreciate it. Got one little storm down here northeast of Hot Springs, Nebraska, trying to get going. Alright, I got you, Meg. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ah! Meg, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Getting really bad wind in Martinsville, Virginia. Yeah, we were looking at that here just a second ago. There is some pretty strong storms back down here into that area. We got a couple of warnings in North Carolina, one in eastern Kentucky, but yeah, Martinsville, you guys got a severe thunderstorm warning for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. It's definitely raining out there, that's for sure. What's up, Mama Meg? Jeez Louise, look at the wind on this thing. Maybe getting some 80s in there, potentially. Looks a little wonky. Definitely producing some damaging winds, that's for sure. 70 to 80 mile an hour winds on this storm up here near Faith and Bison. Jeez Louise, I'm about to fall asleep sitting here, guys. There's just not much going on other than the wind. So I typically only try to cover these tornado risk zones unless there's a high wind threat or something, because a lot of the times there's just these 60 and 70 mile an hour severe thunderstorm warnings, and half the time the confidence in there being high in severe weather is not too good with these setups because they promote a lot. They need a lot of wind shear to get going, and we don't have a lot of wind shear to work with today. Tomorrow we will have wind shear to work with. Today is just a little bit wonky. These freaking chocolates are good. It's caffeinated chocolate. I'm sitting here falling asleep. Dude, honestly, Nikki, for real. That'd be wild. That would be wild for sure. Alright. What we'll do, guys, if these storms don't get going tornadic wise here in a little bit, we might get off stream and then come back again in a little bit. There's just not much going on right now. Been on stream for almost 2 hours already and not much. Yeah, honestly, it is. I really thought the East Coast event was going to pop off today. So far, it's not done much of anything. Got a lot of warnings, but most of them for 60. Yeah, we definitely got some 60 mile an hour winds out there. Maybe some little bit of rotation down here near Mayo Dan and Madison, North Carolina. All right, chat. Weather team, what do y'all want to do? Y'all want to stay on for a little bit and kind of wait, or do we want to get off and wait? What do y'all feel? Let me look at the models for just a second. See what we're getting with this. Not impressed so far with these storms. Is that Mads? Yeah, we'll give it a little bit longer. See what happens. Of course, we get a random severe thunderstorm warning in Texas. Where's it at? That's my question. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Nacogdoches, Wells, and Lufkin, Texas. 60-mile-an-hour winds, 0.75-inch hail. Alright, if you're in Washington, D.C., you're about to get this severe thunderstorm warning to the west of you. That's for sure. Looking at where these warnings are. These cameras suck too. Why are there never good camera quality with these storms? Hold on, guys. You guys will probably hear Hazel in the background. Manders! Manders, we're probably going to get off here in just a few minutes unless something crazy happens and kind of wait for things to get going because there's not much happening right now, girl. We've been on here for 2 hours and just not much. So, trying to look at some of these traffic cameras, but it's just not going to cut it today. All right, so we got a couple severe thunderstorm warnings headed towards Washington, D.C. We actually do now have a tornado POS tag, Annapolis, so we need to watch this one. This one is Tor POS. So there's a little bit of rotation with this storm. I'm going to guess there's 2 little areas to watch here. Very highly populated area. We'll see if this decides to do anything. Yeah, it's been wild, that's for sure. Not the baked potato, Katie. That's wild. Baked potato's on fire right now. I'm eating Lucky Charm marshmallows. Just the marshmallows in a box. You know what I'm doing, Carissa. Yeah, I got the marshmallows. I'm going to order some more off Amazon next week, too. Oh, 100%. Absolutely, Carissa. Absolutely. All right. Oh, this one fell apart. There was rotation on that storm. Yeah, I saw the Prime Deals thing. They don't have them on my marshmallows, sadly, though. All right, y'all. Here's what we're going to do. While we've kind of got not too much craziness going on, we're probably going to end up hopping back on here again at some point tonight. Just because I do think things will get crazier later on. Take a little break. We'll come back here. And we'll get back on probably about an hour or 2. I'm going to go eat some real food. I'm hungry again, which is a problem. I think we'll be back on stream by like 7 or 8 p.m. Central Time, because this should be an overnight event. Or not an overnight event, but a late evening event. If nothing's happening, I won't get on, but regardless, we'll probably get on around 9 o'clock tonight if nothing crazy is happening for a normal update. So it's just weird when we get these bigger risk zones like this. It's usually more on the conditional side of things, or they don't happen until later. So I really thought the East Coast event was going to really like do some crazy things today. We've got some 60-mile-an-hour severe thunderstorm warnings out there, which is still severe weather, but it's not producing anything higher than 60. So haven't seen anything tornadic-wise. So all right, y'all. We'll reconvene here again in just a little bit. I appreciate y'all for being in here. Thank you, weather team. We'll see you guys back here again in just a little bit. Thank you guys for the taps and gifts as well. I appreciate it. We'll be back here in just a little bit for another weather update. Other than that, be safe, y'all.